what are we making today? So I am making minced meat with vegetables. I have actually liked having this for a number of reasons because I can add it to my breakfast to get more protein. I could also add it to wraps. So we have our minced meat, which is a mixture of lamb and beef. And then you obviously have your spice mix, which for me is a trio, as every Ghanaian will have in their kitchen: onions, garlic, ginger, and a bit of pakushito. And any other thing you want to add, there's a bit of aniseed in here as well. Then your vegetable mix, take whatever you have in the fridge. This is what I have. I have Irish potatoes. I also have onions, I have carrots, and then I have green pepper. And then a spice mix of your choice. Some people will use bouillon cube, Maggi, etc. I just prefer to make it myself, and I get my spices from Minced cookies, and then I mix and match, etc. So you have a bit of oregano here, you have a bit of Minced cookies, and calabash nutmeg because I really like it with yaba, and a few other things as well. The rest is basics, right? So you have your oil of choice, and obviously salt. I don't tend to use a lot of Maggi or bouillon cubes when I'm cooking. I just prefer to use natural spices. But yes, that's it. We want to put the meat in the pan when it's when it's still cold. So I'm just putting the pan on now, and that just allows it to, I don't know, I find that it caramelizes a little bit more. I'm not going to put any oil in for now. I'm just going to put the meat in, let it sit in, get a little bit of browning before I put oil. Also, don't forget that because this meat has a bit of fat in it, it will also have the oils come out. So just spread it out as you would. Also try not to crowd the pan. So I'm just spreading it out and leaving it in this cold pan. We'll leave it for a couple of minutes. As the heat starts to rise up, it will start to get brown, and then we can add the rest of it. It's quite simple, very straightforward. This is a beautiful or a very simple mince and protein to have, because you can always add it to your bolognese, you can always add it to your protein in the morning, and whatever you want to add. Some people also add it to like their loaded fries or loaded yam chips if you wanted to. But this is like something that I always have, or I try to have in the house to help with just getting my protein intake. So as we wait for the meat to get to the desired temperature, you can just chop your vegetables. On there. Okay. You can hear it sizzling, sizzling. So you can see it's releasing its water. We don't want the water in, so we're just going to let this sit and cook for a little bit more, and then I will stir it and then add the rest of the ingredients. At this point, I'm going to add the spices. I like to add a bit of the spice mix now, because I prefer the spice mix to cook. You don't want raw tasting spice mix. Oops. A bit much, but it doesn't hurt. So we let this cook for a bit. We're actually almost done. Let it cook for a bit, season it with some salt, and then I add my vegetables. I'm gonna add the carrots first because carrots need a little bit of time to cook. This doesn't need a lot of time to cook, and I also like the crunch of onions as well. So I'll add the carrots first, then the potatoes go in, then the rest of the vegetables go in. So this is leftovers from last week, and I'll add it at the very end so we can just have one batch of mince for the week. So at this point, you can add a little bit of water in, not too much, but a little bit of water. And all the pieces at the bottom, that's all the flavor. So you want to get all of that flavor from the bottom pots. So I'm gonna add my potatoes. Actually, I realize that some of the potatoes are quite big. So I'm gonna cube them. Like we're literally almost done. At this point, I'll add a bit of salt for tasting and a little bit because obviously if you notice that I brought the oil, but I haven't used the oil, and I'm likely not going to use the oil because all the oil from the beef and the lamb is all we need. Again, very healthy. I'm gonna save a piece of this. Ghana is hard. Everything must go back in. So I'll wait a bit, a few more minutes, and then I'll add the rest, and then we're good to go. When it's about cooked, when it's literally like done, I'll add the rest of this because this is already cooked. To help the potatoes cook a little bit more, I'll add a bit of oil, water, not oil. So it can cook out. And again, I can scrape all of the wonderful flavoring out. Some people have also if you make the potatoes a little bit more smaller, you can actually use this for meat pie filling. So it's quite versatile. You can do anything that you want to do with it. I just prefer to have this, and even this alone on a bed of salad or cabbage or anything at all, to be honest. You decide what you want to, how you want to eat it or use it in your kitchen. The onions will be the last bits to be added. Because this is going to be in the fridge and you're going to use it over the week, it's also okay to not cook it to the vegetables to soften, because when you bring it out and you're reheating, it will cook it through. So to keep it crunchy, you can even be done at this point. I've always liked onions since I was a kid, to be honest. Don't run away. So we're literally 2 minutes away from getting done, and that really is it. I'll add this and we are good to go. So what I actually added last week, I had a bit of leftover gizzard, so I added it. So any meats that you have, to be honest, will work with this. So I have pieces of gizzard in last week's, so it'll actually be nice to have this on here as well. Some people, you can also add sausages if you want. That's it. So this is it. This is the, I don't know what to call it. You can call it Subaru's mince, but I hope you can try it, and I also hope that you enjoy it. But as always, Tidima. That's the end of my outro. Yuri.